Hi, Benji here, and this is why you should use your white guilt for good.
Yes, exactly! I am the oppressor. I am racist.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility for every unchecked moment.
Oh, good God! Will you just shut up? There are a lot of things to be sorry about in this world. The decimation of the Amazon rainforest, starving children, poverty-ridden streets through major capital cities, and perhaps, worst of all, the Veronicas. Seriously, they make me want to put a fucking bullet in my head. But as far as things that you should feel sorry for, the colour of your skin is not one of them. We would never, in a million bloody years, accept an apology from someone who is black or brown or any other colour, apologising for their skin colour, and yet there seems to be this trend across social media of white people apologising for being white. It is called white guilt, and it is something that is ravaging the West. If the coronavirus started in Wuhan, then this shit started on Twitter and it's spreading like a fucking virus.
Yes, exactly! I am the oppressor. I am racist.
We're just doing 3 things you can do to help at the moment, so we're right in the middle.
I know. That's the great news. You have an amazing tool to help fight structural racism. It's your privilege. That's what it is. I shouldn't have made you guess.
Privilege.
Dear women, I'm sorry. Dear black people, I'm sorry. Dear Asian Americans, dear Native Americans, dear immigrants who come here seeking a better life, I'm sorry. Dear everyone who isn't a middle or upper class white boy, I'm sorry.
Black women are the reason that Donald Trump is no longer going to be our president.
All hail black women.
You may notice that there are a few children spread throughout that montage of amazing clips. But honestly, could you think of a more horrible example or lesson to set for your children than to teach them that the colour of their skin, the skin that they were born into, something that they cannot change, is inherently wrong? That's fucked.
Alright, boys, what are we gonna do?
Punch Nazis!
And why do we punch Nazis?
Cause Black Lives Matter.
Nice.
Jesus Christ, lady. Now, you may think, hey, punching Nazis, that's a good bloody thing. You should be punching Nazis. Yeah, sure. Nazis in the 40s, yeah, bad fucking people. And earlier than that, the 30s, bad fucking people. But the definition of Nazi today has changed. Did you know that? It's really fucking changed. Now, Nazis isn't bad Hitler people bad, right? Nazis are just straight white dudes. Every straight white dude's a fucking Nazi. That's why punching Nazis, not a good thing. Also, violence, not a good thing. And this lady right here is making her kids the centerpiece of her brainwashing fucking recipe, and that is just horrible. But ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in, please. Put your hands down your pants, because this is about to get a whole lot better.
As the mom to these 4 young white men, I feel it's my duty to walk around in a bikini every summer. Even with my, I just took off my yoga pants lines and my, this doesn't quite fit me top because this is body positivity. Hey boys, this is what a female body looks like. And chances are you're not going to be marrying a model. And even if you did, like your father, this is what her body's going to turn into when she bears her damn children. Appreciate it.
That's not a bad message at all. But couldn't you imagine these poor kids just sitting there going, hey mum, can you put your fat fucking guts away? I've got friends over. White people bad is not a new concept. It's been around for a few years now, this whole idea of white privilege this, white privilege that, labelling all the white people in the world with privilege. Now, white privilege does exist. It's a real thing. But privilege isn't just one thing that affects one race. Privilege is everywhere. Let me show you. If you're a man, you're privileged, right? You can lift heavier things. That's a privilege. If you're a woman, you are privileged. You get to have children. That's a privilege. If you live to 100 years old, that is a privilege. You are more privileged than a 4-year-old with leukemia. And if you're 100 years old, you're probably a woman, and that is a privilege because men don't live as long as you. Privilege is everywhere. Privilege is wealth. Privilege is knowledge, education. Certain sexualities have more privilege than other ones. Are you telling me that gay men aren't more privileged than straight men when it comes to what they fucking wear? Privilege is everywhere. It exists in every race, in every gender, in every sexuality. It is part of being human. And to label white privilege as this thing that white people have and it's the most evil thing in the world is fucking nonsense. Health is a privilege. Love is a privilege. Watching these videos, ladies and gentlemen, that's a privilege now, isn't it? Did you have a traumatic childhood? Because if you didn't, then that is a privilege. And a lot of people in their own lives have not experienced something horrible like that, and that is a privilege. We are all privileged. That is my point. Have you fucking got it yet? There are so many different variables, and I hate the fucking idea that people are blaming each other because of their skin colour or hating on each other because of their skin colour. That is racism. That is fucking wrong. Now, what I'm about to show you next may freak you out, but stay with me, all right? This is a post from Australian Senator Pauline Hanson. Don't freak out, just look at it. It is suggesting that you shouldn't blame a white young man for slavery in the same vein that you shouldn't blame a small young Asian appearing child for the bombing of Darwin. Now, in this case, the bombing of Darwin was done by the Japanese in the Second World War. Should you blame this young child for what their great-great-great-grandfather did? No fucking way. White people have nothing to apologise for, unless they have been racist in their own lives. In the same vein that this young girl has nothing to apologise for. She didn't do shit. Diddly fucking squat. Can we blame Germans for Hitler? No. No, we shouldn't. Should we blame Georgians for fucking Stalin? No way. The Chinese for Mao? No fucking way. What about the endless African dictators that have killed millions? Do we blame African people for that? No. Collectively held guilt, or blaming one group of people for something, for anything, is disastrous, and it destroys societies and communities worldwide. And one of the craziest things about this collective guilt that people push out there, it's all fucking white people doing this. That is fucking insane. I don't understand that. Or maybe I do. Maybe I understand it a little bit. It is a virtue signaling ballet that they dance to get brownie points from the woke army. They are there trying to show how amazingly progressive they are and doing little spins and shit, trying to prove to everyone that they're the fucking wokest and they hate themselves because they're white. Shut the fuck up. It is reprehensible that people walk around every day or log into Twitter every day or Facebook or whatever, and they live this life where they're obsessed with gender, with race, with sexuality, all right? That's their entire fucking lives. They're offended at every turn. Shut the fuck up and get on with your lives. There is nothing wrong with being white, black, brown, or everything in the middle. You're fine. You're human. If you're a good person, then you're a good person. That's the fucking end of story. Should Asian people apologise to all us white people for being supremely smarter than all of us? Maybe. Should black porn actors apologise to me for when I watch their videos I feel like a 5-year-old child? Yes, they definitely should. Please send those apologies to me on my Instagram at @thebuttsman right now. All right, go and do it. Because you've got big old cocks. Starting a conversation with as a white man or as a white woman is the same as starting a conversation with as a vegan. Everyone fucking hates you for it. Everyone outside of your shit echo chamber thinks you're the densest of all time. I made a video a few years ago called It's Okay to Be White. 2 years later, the exact same topic I'm bringing up now because nothing has changed. If anything, it's gotten worse. And that is because of the social media site TikTok. It's grabbing onto this white guilt bullshit and white privilege shit and running with it all the way to the fucking moon.
White privilege check. I've got this friend who's black who said that every single time a cashier asks, "Do you want your receipt?" he says yes, grabs said receipt and holds on to it firmly as he leaves the establishment because in the back of his mind, he is always aware that he might be accused of stealing. I myself, anytime I'm asked, do you want your receipt? I say, no. Because I hate paper consumption. And that's white privilege.
Mate, firstly, fuck off. Secondly, last time I went to Kmart, right, I walked out with some goodies, yeah? Walked out with some goodies. I didn't have the receipt handy and the security guard nearly took my fucking head off. Maybe some security guards are racist, and that fucking sucks, but every time I go to JB Hi-Fi or Bunnings or any of that type of shit, there are security guards there trying to fucking kill you if you don't pull your receipt out. It is not white privilege. Do you know why it's not white privilege to not get your receipt checked? Because white people steal as well.
It's not white privilege, it's majority privilege.
Then explain South Africa.
I mean, South Africa is a terrible example because South Africa has such a tattered past when it comes to supreme racism. It's fucking horrible. But right now, you have white people in South Africa who are being killed just for being white by vicious gangs. Now, I know a lot of people say that's a far-right conspiracy theory. Okay, you can say that if you want. There's a lot of reports out there that suggest that. And I know 3 people from South Africa. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but there is no other country where I know more people from. Those 3 people all left because of violence because they were white. And a lot of these people, they're not fucking far-right crazy people. One's a teacher, one works in a fucking gym. They're not fucking insane people, they're just people. And they fled because of their skin colour. And that's shit.
Here's something disgusting for everyone to chew on today. 2 white privileged fucklords.
I dare you. I fucking dare you to change the colour of skin that she was referring to and talk about those people in the same way. They would never do it. No one would ever get away with it. Saying those fucking white people. You couldn't say that about any other race because you would be declared a racist. But apparently you can just get away with that. It's all good. It's not all good. It's fucked up. Who gives a fuck about skin colour? To wrap this entire video up, don't feel guilty about your skin colour. Feel guilty about being an asshole. And if you're a racist, fuck you to the moon. And if you're an asshole, fuck you to the moon. And if you haven't subscribed, fuck you to the moon as well. But if you still feel guilty because you're a white person, then you can pay these ladies to take your white guilt away for you.
There are subscription boxes for everything these days. Twee menswear, makeup, dog toys. And now, 2 women are hoping a box, delivered once a month, can alleviate white guilt.
Ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck have I just witnessed? Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Come and see me live. Keep it moist. My dick stinks. Toodle off. Bye.